Congratulations for doing the hard work. This is all about setting financial goals. This is probably one of the most important calls or classes in this whole segment. Like I said before, without having a destination, we'll never get there. As simple as that sounds, most people don't have goals. So you being on this call right now already sets you apart from the majority of the world. And I'll break down just how much so pretty soon. But again, this part is super important. I think goal setting, especially for finances, are so imperative and crucial for well-being, not just monetarily, but all areas of our life. So without further ado, let's hop into my screen, kind of walk you through our royal life and money school breakdown. So we're breaking down setting financial goals. Hopefully you can hear me. My microphone is kind of far away. Setting financial goals for true success. What we'll cover today is why should we make goals, identifying financial priorities, the power of SMART goals, the 3 types of goals to set. Yes, there are 3 main ones. And adjusting goals and overcoming obstacles. As we know, life is unpredictable. There's always going to be something going on. So understanding how to adjust and overcome, and honestly, all 5 points, change the way you look at finances forever. And as always, make sure you shut off all other screens if you're not using them for watching this. So you have an iPad and you look on social media, turn it off. So only be there if you're taking notes on it. Same for your phone. Treat this like it's going to make you or help you save, probably more likely both, an extra 6 to 7 figures. That is possible. Each of these classes alone help you do that. Put them all together, and you follow the practices, you follow the plan, and you pay attention, it's bound to happen. Also, don't forget to follow us on social media, Instagram and YouTube. For Instagram, just our names, Jordan Super for me, Melanie Super for my wife. On YouTube, we're together on our own platform. You can find us both there. We post daily content every single day with more context about all of this for you as well, and some behind the scenes things as well. And then finally, make sure you share this course with others. Let's help everyone achieve freedom. Again, if it's long at the top, we did a bad job. And your friends will thank you and give you some goodwill as well, probably more favors too, from them when you give them this course. And the first section is obviously free right now. So make sure you get them in this program as fast as possible before we increase our prices for all of them. And then for those who are new to me, I hate to kind of talk about myself, but from context of who I am, I've been involved in over $1.3 billion of a B through my team that I run, the Elite Real Estate Group. We are one of the top teams within all brokers at eXp Realty. I've been featured in countless publications from USA News, Maxim, Real Estate Today, Authority Magazine, and the list goes on. From breaking records from home sales, from my upbringing to now being a millionaire, to the list goes on what we've done in the past. I'm also a best-selling author, a TV show host. I reach tens of millions of people every single month. And we saved our clients over $150,000 on the buy side, helping them make just as much more on the sell side. You also see my best-selling book, We Passed the Star, from Selling Sunset, and right next to Brandon Turner from Bigger Pockets. And you can see as well my team ranking with top 13 all USA within eXp Realty, number 2 overall for Austin, Texas, number 1 for Lakeway, number 1 for Texas this week. We are climbing the charts by understanding what I'm teaching you right now. Again, goal setting works for finances and for achieving all types of goals. And then this is my TV show I'm host of. It's called The American Dream. There are over 680 million subscribers across all the platforms, from HGTV, Amazon Prime, Roku, Apple TV, and the list goes on. We showcase lifestyle, businesses, entrepreneurship, the American dream, obviously, and of course, real estate on this. Either showcasing our clients' houses, helping it sold quicker on this platform, or helping them be on TV on the buying side. Either way works. And then we also have financial freedom within 1 year of learning all these techniques a few years ago. And now since then, we all just keep on going and going. Because my biggest passion, my North Star, that we discovered last time, helping billions of people around the world. This is why I still do these. And I think right now, there are way too many broke people in the world, and that should not be you. And hopefully it's not already. Hopefully not. But if you are, there's not a problem. You all start from some place. I am no special case study. I was homeless off and on from 12 to 18. I was born with lead poisoning. Luckily, I'm still alive from that. And it went away when I was 6 years old. But despite all that, from sleeping on couches, having no mentors, having no support, no guidance, couch surfing, the list goes on, I still found a way. And I became obsessed, and I mean obsessed, with all things business, finances, real estate, the whole 9 yards. And invested over thousands of hours in my education, thousands and thousands of hours in my education about marketing, real estate, finances, whole 9 yards. And well over multiple six figures now into my education. So for you be on the call right now, I'm going to save you all the ways the books I read, the bad coaches I looked at, the bad videos I watched, and all the six figures I spent to learn from my own stuff, and help you fast track all that growth as quickly as possible in one condensed course. I'm going to break down the most crucial information, helping you get goals as fast as possible. That sounds exciting, right? I know. So, without further ado, it's all about you, not about me. So, this is setting financial goals for true success. So, here's a question for you. What percent of people have a goal? What do you think? You think it's 100%, 85, 50, 30, 10? What percent of people in the world do you think have a goal? Because it may surprise you on what comes up. Who agrees that it's everyone? Right? You think that everyone has some kind of goal. Whether that's being losing weight, making more money, saving money, buying a house, having a family, getting married. Goals, right? Those are all goals. But there's a caveat on top of that. Because it's not entirely true. So for you right now, take a piece of paper, your phone, your iPad, if you're using it for notes. Again, if you're not using it for notes, don't have those things around you. Turn them off and put them away. Tell your friends and family you're busy right now. But if you are using those for writing, take out a piece of paper and make a goal for yourself. What goal do you have that you want to achieve in the next 12 months from now? Big, small, outrageous, I don't care, but have some kind of goal that you want. And don't just say, I want to make a lot of money, or I want to save a lot of money. Say, I want to make X amount of dollars. I want to lose X amount of weight. I want to marry so-and-so, if you have that person already in mind. If not, I want to get a partner by this date. Have some kind of goal that's strong on a piece of paper right now. Got it? Perfect. So now you're among the top 3% in the world. Yes. Crazy, right? Huge round of applause to all you being on this call and doing this activity. That one simple action that you just did placed you in front of 97% of the population. That's mind-blowing, right? How can something so small place you so high in achievement amongst everybody in the world? Well, kind of like this. Here's why. Studies have discovered this. 8% of people achieve their New Year's resolution every year. 8% out of 100 people. So again, you believe that we all, everybody in the world, we believe that everybody has a goal, which is kind of true. They all do have some kind of goal, but most of them achieve it. And then 83% of the population doesn't have any goals, not one. This is all research by leading colleges, leading IO psychologists to be exact. My major in college was IO psychology, which is industrial organizational psychology. It kind of just measures businesses, psychology of people and business settings, goal setting, success traits, personality types. That's what we studied. And goals is a big part of that. That's why I love goals so much. That's my background. And 83% of people don't have any goals. It's mind-blowing, right? It's crazy. No goals at all. And of the people who do have goals, 14% of them have a goal in their mind, but it isn't written down. So the whole population, 14%, give or take to maybe 17% maximum in this study here, has a goal in their mind. And one step further, you and only 3% of the population have a written goal. So you having a goal right now on a piece of paper or your iPad, something like that, makes you among the top 3% of the population when it comes to goal setting. It's crazy. And for more context on this whole breakdown, this is not a new study. It's been going on this way for decades. Earl Nightingale is a huge personal development guru back in like the 60s or 50s, maybe in the 70s, but I think like close to the 60s and 50s. He's like the leading frontier person almost on teaching people how to become the best self, making goals, and so forth. And he has a YouTube video, I think it's called like the most interesting fact in the world. Something like that. Type in Earl Nightingale, it'll pop up. But to save some time, he talks about how if you was to go down in your neighborhood and knock on 100 doors of those 100 people and ask them, hey, do you have a goal? 80 of them will tell you no. Spot on to this. And then of those extra 20 people, if you ask them, how many of you have a goal written down on a piece of paper? He says 1 to 5%, even less than this. So that means out of 100 people, 1 to 5 of them has a goal written down. And 20 of them has a goal, at least to some capacity. Now, here is when it gets super interesting. Of those 20 people that's left, 15 to 19 of them will never achieve massive success. When I mean massive success, it's like becoming a millionaire or a billionaire or something super large. Most of them never get that pinnacle result. And those that do, the 1 to 3% that he says, got there because they had a goal written down. It's wild. So right now, you not only are among the top 3% in the world for goal setting, you also are now more likely to achieve said goal more than anybody else would before you. Because everything in life starts with a goal/vision. Everything in life starts with a goal/vision. If you look at this phone, my jacket, my microphone, my laptop, look in your room, anything you see right now at one time was just in someone's mind. It was imagination. It was a vision. It was a goal. And then they put it down on a piece of paper. They worked at it, especially. It's the most important part. They worked at it, and it became a reality. Everything in life started as nothing. We think it into existence. Look at Steve Jobs. He's big on that. He says that everything in the world that you look at was made by people no smarter than you. Everything. From our laws, from the taxes, from the buildings, from the structures, from our devices, our books. Everything was made by people no smarter than us. And once you decide that you can also do the same thing, that is when you kind of bend reality and create your vision into our reality. So here's the proven, repeatable process designed to help you achieve your goals as fast as possible. I have tried countless different processes and systems and techniques and strategies to achieve my goals in the past decade or so. And this is the most proven and repeatable process designed to help anybody, especially you right now watching this. So again, pay attention to this. Number one, why should we make goals? This is one of the most biggest determining factors to getting what you want. Having a goal is that one big factor. It's like mindset. This is honestly, in my mind, is more important than just taking action. Because action, I can do a lot of stuff. Doesn't mean I'm not going to do or achieve anything. What helps me achieve stuff is having a goal in mind. It's like the old quote: if you set sail from your port with no destination, it's all the same. You can go anywhere, it doesn't matter. You get lost, well, in a way, but if you have a map, and you have a plan, you have a goal, then you have a place to be. And now you're not just wandering. You don't want to just drift through life. So, why should we make goals? Number one, it gives direction and purpose. A North Star. I just talked about this a little bit ago. My North Star is to help billions of people around the world. That's my North Star. I want to make cities like Dubai, in that kind of grand scheme, luxurious. I want to be renewable, sustainable, and kind of like the ecosystem and hub for progressing through life, helping people reach their goals, having good school systems, having good, city streets, good systems in terms of like renewable energy, whole 9 yards. I can see this picture in my mind as clear as day. I can already see it. I've already been there. That's how clear your North Star should be. So for you, what is your North Star? What is your direction and purpose? If you follow Gary Vaynerchuk, you probably know his North Star. One day, he wants to buy blank. You probably know, if you know who he is. He wants to buy the Jets. And that is a huge determining factor on how powerful the North Star is. Know what he wants. Now, you should know what you want more than know what he wants. For me, my North Star is massive. I'm becoming a billionaire one day is my ultimate goal. Help billions of people, make cities and stuff like that. That's my North Star. What is yours? Number two, help with measuring progress. Again, if we don't have goals in mind, we can never measure our progress. We don't know where we're going. We don't know where we started from. We're just drifting. If you read the book by Napoleon Hill, Outwitting the Devil, which is probably my favorite book by him, he talks about drifting. That just means people are just wandering through life with no goal, no purpose, and they can't measure what's going on. Number three, keeps us motivated and focused. For me, I woke up this morning at around 3 o'clock. Super early, right? Normally I wake up at 4 o'clock, so that's actually early for me even. And I've been working since I got up. I went to the gym at 7, then got home at 8, now I'm working again. My whole day consists of my goal, my purpose, and keeping inspired and motivated and focused to do that. So I know my big impact, my big purpose is so large that I have to do it every single day, which is why you see me doing so much for y'all. I want to help you have the best life possible. And I believe the way to get there is to financial and time freedom. That is a true measure of freedom, in my opinion. So having our goals makes us motivated. And having two whys. You have your 2 whys right now on your wall, your laptop, your internal and external why, someplace close by, help you more focused. You can attach your goal and your why together. And then you'll be 10 times more likely to achieve it. And as high as 76% to 90% success rate. Mind-blowing, right? Just by having a goal on a piece of paper, you're so much more likely to achieve it. 10 times more so. So for you right now, not only are you among the top 3% in the world, again, congrats to you all for being here and for doing that and achieving that, but also you're 10 times more likely to achieve that goal if it's on a piece of paper. And your success rate is nearly 90%. If you just stay the course and stay focused and you do what I'm going to teach you on this call, so again, don't skip around, don't fast forward, watch the whole thing in entirety, see the whole concept of this, you can do it for yourself, even more impactfully. And then it allows us to readjust and pivot. So I can now measure my progress, I can track it, I can readjust, I can pivot. Again, like I said before, life is unexpected. I never know what's going to happen day to day. Like right now, my wife is pregnant. She could go to labor today at this very moment. I need to pivot and adjust my goals and what I'm doing to support her and my future son. This is why it's so important to have flexibility to have this piece of paper to know what's going on, how can I structure this, and how to make this more flowy, but also have discipline as well at the same time. Number 2, identifying financial priorities. Focus is key when achieving goals. That is the key. Everything comes down to focus. Like for me, I have lots and lots of hours of deep work from 3 or 4 in the morning until normally 5:30 is this deep work. What is most important in my task I need to do, I do that. And then I have a whole other section after that, after the gym, from like 6 until like 7 or so until 10. It's more deep work. And then I have my employees and my team calls, helping them get up and going, answering questions for them, being a leader for them. And then after that, I have more work, and then I have more, shallow work, showing houses, talking about clients, and so forth, negotiations. And I have a whole section about focus, priorities, how to set up your day for success as well, later on in this section too, or later on in this course. So make sure you watch that too. That's honestly more impactful in my mind than almost anything else. Is how you have your mindset set up and your day structured. So number 2, identifying financial priorities. Every person is different. So we need different priorities. This is so key. I see so many people listen to these gurus like, you should make a dropshipping business. You should pay off all your credit cards. You should buy 100 houses today. You should have no debt. All these people are giving you different advices. And that's great to have advice. Reading books, watching podcasts, watching this, all imperative. But the thing is, every person is different. And your priorities are also different. Some of you have kids. Some of you are in college. Some of you are making a business. Some of you are making $1,000 a month, $5K a month, $10K a month, $100K, or $1 million a month. Each person will have much different priorities because of your income level, your background, your education, your life, and so forth. All these things are massive. Which is also why we do Q&As once a week for you guys. So make sure you popular Q&A, ask us questions so that it's structured for you, specifically just for you. Now for this one, no one can answer this but you. But the way to help you get your answers for this is 3 different parts. One is needs versus wants. Every person is different, so we need different priorities. Your needs versus your wants is a big part of that. The way to gauge this is going to be a scale. If your scale is in the green, you probably don't need it. It's a want. Do I need to have a new Lamborghini? No. Do I need to have a brand new estate that I live in with my family? No. Do I want it? Totally. Could I justify needing it? Yeah, you could probably justify it and say, oh, if I buy this Lamborghini, it helps me get more clients, because now I look more successful. It helps me have more branding, more marketing. That's a justifiable example of that, but still a want. End of the day. Do I need to go to Starbucks every single morning? Probably not. I can make coffee at home. So what are your needs and your wants? A want, something you can go without for 24 hours, 40 hours, a week, or forever. Water, I need water. To some capacity, if I don't have my water, I will eventually not be here. That is a need. I need a house to live in? Yes, I need a place to stay in. I need utilities. I need some kind of vehicle. At least for my job, being a real estate agent, I drive a lot. But if you don't need a vehicle, maybe you can take the bus, or the train, or Uber, which is kind of expensive, depending on how you do it, or a scooter, or a bike, depending on where you're at in your financial points. Or do you need a brand new car, or can you get by with a used car? Again, it all depends on priorities. Needs versus wants. It's so imperative to understand that. And when you're doing this, really sit down and think to yourself. Look around, spend 30 minutes to an hour actually thinking. Look for your home. Do I need this? Do I want that? Do I need this? Do I want that? And throughout the day, also ask yourself, if you're going places, do I need to buy this thing I'm going to buy? Or do I just want it? And if so, why do you want it? Or why do you need it? Number 2, personal and family goals. This is also a huge part about priorities. Your personal goals may vastly be different than your family goals. And you need to find a way to align them together. Like for me, my goal is to help 1 billion people. They become a billionaire. I work pretty much when I wake up till I go to bed. But I have a holistic structure. My family goals are seeing my wife, seeing my future son, eating dinner with them, eating breakfast with them, making sure I'm actually there for them and not just stuck away in my office all day. Because the priorities financially are not just financial, though, are time, the commitment, and so forth too. And then for family goals, how can I also combine a way to make it be together? Let's say that your family goal is to go to Disneyland. Is that a need or a want? It's probably a want, but some wants are justifiable. Again, my goal for this whole entire course is not to teach you to never spend money. I think you should definitely spend money. You should definitely have fun. Life is short, and you should enjoy yourself. And we should do so in a way that's going to set us up for success. Because there's a fine line from enjoying our life and ruining our future. Write that down. There is a fine line between enjoying our lives and ruining our future. Fine line. Which is why understanding needs and wants is imperative. And for the goals, how can you find a way to align your interests together? you want to get a raise at your job or make more money this year, how can your family buy into that vision? You say, hey, if I save an extra 20K this year, we can go to Disneyland, but I need your help. So I'm working hard or pinching pennies or you're saving money or paying off debt in the meantime. No, this is why we're doing it. And I can guarantee you they're more likely to be behind that vision now, but now it's aligned interest. Same for making money. My wife never questions why I work so much because she knows I'm doing this for the family and also for the world at large. So she bought into that vision. And I will have rewards for ourselves as well along the way to make sure that we're actually enjoying what's going on. And then lastly for this one is to be future aspirations. Again, what is our future goals? Is it to retire in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years? Is it retire with 1K a month coming to us, 5K a month coming to us, 100K coming to us, $1 million coming to us, or more? What is our future aspirations? So why goal setting and identifying priorities is so important. And then you should rank all these as well. If your biggest priority is going to be having a great future, we can just relax and take off, then make that part of that. Again, no one can tell you what's wrong or right. If you enjoy having fun more right now than later on, by all means, do that. Or how can I balance them? If you say I'd rather work hard for 5 years and then have the best life ever afterwards, then front load that. Because again, doing all this stuff is not forever. So you're saving a lot of money now, you're working hard now, and investing stuff now, and learning this kind of stuff now. It's not going to be forever. It's going to be for 5, 10, 20, 30 years, or less, depending on how big your goals are. But if you hit your goal in 1 year, you can stop if you want to. I don't recommend doing that, but you could. So rank financial goals in order of importance and urgency. Again, if you have high interest debts, you should pay off that stuff off first. Because that will take away from your daily lives and your ability to save more money. Especially if you're an employee. If you're an employee, I think debt is really bad, at least high interest debt. They're all good and bad debt, but high interest debt is really bad for most employees because unlike an entrepreneur, well, I can say, hey, I'm going to work a lot harder and make more money. You can't normally do that. There are bonuses and stock rewards for some jobs, but more often than not, it's a set salary or hourly wage. Unless you can do like double hours, like working double time or overtime. So keep that in mind. High interest rates, pay that off first. If you have investment properties and one of them has no tenants, your priority should be finding a new tenant for that property as fast as possible. Also, your management company. Again, you want to rank these priorities by importance and urgency, from interest rates to how important it is from 1 to 5. Can it be delegated to somebody else to do for you? How quickly it needs to be done? The whole scale you can use for this as well, how to break this down. And then create your budget, which should already be done by now, and follow that budget like a religion. Your budget will set you free and get you more structure and freedom. I used to hate budgets. And I realized that having a budget actually gave me way more ability to have control what I did, kind of a schedule. My schedule gives me control. I now know it's happening every single day and can now plan more for my friends and my family throughout that calendar. And then map out the ideal timeline to follow. If your credit card is at 0% interest rate, all you have that one thing, and it expires in 3 months, and it jumps to 15%, then your goal should be paying off that credit card as fast as possible, even though it's 0% right now. But one day it will be a lot, depending on how much money you know. If it's like $500, you can do it over time. If it's like $50,000, that's be a priority. If you have another credit card that is like $20K and it's 20% interest rate, pay it off as well, and the time that works best for you and your income level. Oops. Number 3, the power of SMART goals. A goal without a plan is only a dream. This is also why 83% of the people in the world does not have a goal. Because most of them are just in their head, if that, and it's not even a plan or a goal. So, oh, one day it'd be nice to have more money. Or it'd be nice to get married. But, like, it's not a goal, it's like I want. I want to do this one day, but, like, who knows? So, having a small goal is 5 parts: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. And we'll break down how to do this right now for you guys. And we'll do this on a few different levels. So right now, grab a piece of paper. And I will do this along with you on my iPad, so you can see exactly what I mean. Actually, maybe I'll just stop showing this and then use the whiteboard. Cool. So when you guys are watching my whiteboard, hopefully it scrolls down with you when I do this so you can really see it. But if I'm doing a SMART goal, it's a terrible S. So my SMART goal is there. And I break down 3 ways to do this. One you can do financially as an employee, one could be as an entrepreneur trying to make more money, and one could be as a just general goal by itself. If my specific goal is to make, let's say as an employee, I want to pay off my credit card that has $10,000. $10K debt. Paid. That is my goal. And it's measurable. I can measure this on a monthly basis, I can measure on how much money left over afterwards, and so forth. Achievable. I can say check for that one. Realistic, also check. People can say way more than that. And then timely. So your goal should be based on how fast you want to do it. It could be 3 months, it could be 6 months, it could be a year. It's up to you. It's all based on what you want. For easy math, let's say our goal is to do this in 10 months. That's my goal. 10 months, get this paid off. So 10 months. And when I do my SMART goal of breaking down this debt of 10K, let's say my interest rate is 10%. That means I'm spending an extra $1,000 in interest rates, which you don't want to do. It adds up quite quickly. So if I break down my math though, let's say at your job, you make the average income right now in America, supposedly, is $4,900 a month, and the median is $4,700 a month. I think it's probably lower than that, but that being said, I found a proven government site that told me that what it was, that we use. Let's say $5,000 is our income per month. So when we do our SMART goals, first we have to do our budget to see how much capital we have left over to actually afford to pay off this debt of $1,000 a month for 10 months. So income. Now, when I'm breaking down this on a further level, let's say that my rent is $1,500. So as most of you may already know, we should make at least 3 times more than our monthly rent. So 1,500 bucks times 3 is 45. That means I make more than 3 times my monthly rent. So this is rent. I have $3,500 left over now after this. And then our next point below this, let's say that I spend $500 on my car plus insurance. I'll do 2 examples of this too. I'll do one example of somebody, probably you, who already has a good sense of your income and you already have a budget and you have it nice and structured that's not over your wage. And one that's below that. That way you can kind of see both examples of how people can get out of debt even while being over water or underwater, and how to also beat this when you're in a good standing. So this is our room right here for car plus I insurance, IS. So I'm at 3K now. Let's say I have another $1,000 a month that I spend for groceries. So now I have about 2K left on my whole budget. And then from there, let's say I have another $500 I have for my fun, so like restaurants, family, movies, entertainment, and so forth. Let's call it E for entertainment. I have $1,500 left now. And then say I have $500 as well at the end that I use for miscellaneous. Miscellaneous could be my utilities, it could be my gym, it could be parking, whatever you name it. So I don't go too long on breaking out each thing you can spend money on. So miscellaneous. Now I have $1,000 left over. So surplus $1,000 I can now use for paying off my debt every single month and saving lots of money, because 10% adds up quite quickly. So make sure you don't want to do that. And again, $1,000 every single interest rate of 10K is a lot. It can add up really, really quickly even on this kind of income. So this is like a responsible person that lives below their means, not spending too much money. Really easy for us to pay off our rent, pay off our debt. But now, let's break down somebody who has the same income, and this is probably the majority of people in the world, how they live their lives. So let's say this is our income again. Rent, let's say the same exact $1,500 because that's what you get approved for. So $1,500 for rent. Let's say for the car, instead of spending $500, let's say they spend $1,000. They want a nicer car and bigger insurance because the car is so nice. Let's say a Lexus or BMW or a Porsche or Range Rover. Car plus insurance. So right now I'm at half my budget already. I'm at $2,500 already after just my rent and utilities, and add them together, and my car. And then let's say my grocery budget is only $300. Let's say $500. Because I rather eat out more than cooking my own food. Which has its pros and cons. More on that later on. Excuse me, for groceries. Let's say that my entertainment per month is $1,500. Which is, oops. There you go. This is $1,500. a month. 3 times more for food, for restaurants, takeout, having fun, coffee, all those things. So we have $1,500 for rent. You have $1,000 for a car, so that's $2,500. $500 for groceries, that's $3,000. Entertainment, you have now at $4,500. And then let's say our miscellaneous as well left over, just so you know what that is. And then on this side, let's say we do the same thing. Miscellaneous is $500. That's all we have left over. Budget to spend. Oops. There you go. $500 there. And now you can see this person has no money left. Zero. And what normally happens is actually why they have that in the first place is they start spending money on the debt. So let's say the entertainment is actually $2,500 a month, or miscellaneous is $1,000 a month. Now they're in debt more by $500, $1,000, and so forth every single month. And the debt grows and grows and grows. So it's too big, you feel overwhelmed. You say enough's enough. Left hand side, super easy to get out of that. Right hand side, also was easy to get out of that too. How can I allocate my funds to make it work for me? Let's say I love eating out every single night with my friends, or I love going to movies. Great, you should still have fun. Again, I don't want you to have a boring life. You feel like a slave to yourself, at least for a while. Like, you're in debt, you should get out of that, or you're trying to get a better life. You should get there as fast as possible. So what you sacrifice now will get you there. So here's the thing about sacrifice. Write this down. If we do not make sacrifices for our goals become our sacrifice. It stings, right? Let's let this think in. If we do not make sacrifices for our goals become the sacrifice. That's why it's so important to know about our priorities and what's going on in our life. So for this one, if this was me, I would actually do a couple of things. One, you could downgrade your car if you wanted to. You don't need a nice car. Now, again, the Jones effect, you probably don't want to do that. But for my restaurants, I could say, hey, let's cut out $1,000 and just have $500. I just found $1,000 that I can now use for my debt. And then afterwards, I can make a new budget, I have it all paid off, and bump it up to $1,000 if you want to. Or depending on your goals. That's one goal for how to get out of debt if you haven't already. Again, just find out what you're spending money on and cut them like it is a cancer. Because it kind of is. It grows and grows and grows. Before it's long, you're in a big hole. So this is a employee. There you go. Employee. And then this one, let's say, is a entrepreneur. It's not fun to write with. Like entrepreneur, super sloppy. You know what I'm trying to say though. So entrepreneur, let's say your goal as an entrepreneur is to make more money. And you as an employee, watch this too. You can still do the same thing as a side hustle. Let's say that you don't want to cut any expenses. Like, nope, this is how I live. I love this lifestyle. I'm sticking to it. Great. Well then, what can we do outside of 9 to 5 to make more money? What's a 5 to 9 looking like? Or a 6 to 9 looking like? Even 6 to 10 if you want to. Now, this goal is a little bit different. Let's say that my goal is to actually make an extra $10,000 in 12 months. Not a lot of money to do. Pretty simple. You probably do $10K in a month. but I'll make it as simple as possible here. Kind of follow the same kind of math, but a little bit different. So, same thing. Let's probably use 2 hands. All right, there you go. SMART goals. Again, actually, I'll do 1 month because it'll take too long to break down a 10-month period. So my goal is to make $10 extra $1,000 in 1 month as an entrepreneur or an employee. It's a nice little side hustle. Extra income, extra I, and 1 month, 30 days. That's my goal. There we go. And then it's measurable. I can definitely measure $10,000. I can measure it. I can measure it on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis. Up to you. So I'm gonna check that. Measure this. Achievable. Most definitely. There are people right now making 10K that I'm thinking about it. Like, well, even thinking about it. Passive income coming in. Like some of my passive income checks or more than that. If I'm asleep, I make more than that in passive income more often than not on a daily basis, not on a daily basis, but like within a day, one payout is more than that. So more than possible. I know my friends of mine, some of them are making like 100K in an hour or $1 million in an hour. So doing 10K extra in a month is more than possible. And then achievable. Yes. Realistic, without a doubt. It's broke down why it's realistic. And when you do this litmus test, don't just judge it on yourself, judge it on the world at large. Who can you find evidence from that is doing that thing? I can guarantee you there are people doing it. And timely, 1 month. 1 month, 30 days. Now this goal is a little bit different than the last one. So I kind of use my finances to pay off my debt. Instead, I'm going to use my numbers to get there. Let's say that you right now have a product that you're selling. And after you do your margins, you pay your staff, you pay your ads, your acquisition costs, your CTA, all that kind of stuff, LTV, the whole 9 yards. I know a lot of managers threw at you. They're just jogging for business, stats, KPIs. I have $1,000 in profit per transaction that I do. So one deal, so D for deal, equals $1,000. $1,000 is my goal per transaction. Now, there's a thing called law of averages that we use in sales. So if I get one client for $1,000 and it takes me 10 conversations, which is the law of averages, one of them should say yes to me. So 10 people, one should say yes, let's work together. So that means I need to have 10 appointments to equal one deal. That is the math there. Now, there's another layer above that though. Because to me to have 10 appointments, I also probably need to have 100 people that I meet. So all averages, same thing. 10 people, so you get one client. 100 people, 10% is 10. So that means you meet 100 people and he talk to them about my business. Not just 100 people that I say hi to, 100 people that I brought up your business opportunity. Be a side hustle, your main business, doesn't matter. That is my goal there. And 100 people will equal 10 appointments. So there's the math for that one. So 10 appointments. Now, here's the thing. If I need to do $10,000, that means I need to have 100 appointments. So first, you find the base, and you go from there. So the base is my conversions there, my KPIs, and then I need to have 1,000 people that I meet. Met. Now, some of you guys will probably have more likely than not better success rates. Like for me, if I'm pitching clients for mine, I probably have a 30 to 60% close rate. If they're a cold audience, like a FISBO, withdrawn, or expired lead, if it's a hot lead that people already know me, it's 100%. But more often than not, if you're trying to do this mass scale, people you don't know. So your close rate would be 10 to 60% on average, depending on how you do it. 10% is a good number though. If you're doing 10% to 20%, you're like a rock star. So don't get discouraged. And then from there, if I have these 1,000 people met, that's a big number, right? Meaning 1,000 people in 30 days, that's crazy. Well, kind of, but also you want to make a lot of money or make a good amount of money in the next 30 days. But here's what I do instead to make it not as daunting. If I have to meet 1,000 people, that means that my goal is to meet 33 people a day. Let's say you take off 5 days of the month. So if I take off 5 days in the month, do the 25, my goal is now 40 people a day. That's my goal. This could be through cold DMs, cold calling, from knocking on doors, from my ads, from my social media. The list goes on. There are lots of ways to meet 40 new people. I probably get over that a day on my inbound leads from social media. So you can definitely do that for sure. So that means that I need to meet a action point, a habit, is 40 a day is my new goal. And what I do, 40 people a day, I have to have 4 appointments a day, meaning every 2 to 3 days to equal $1,000. And by the end of the month, I have 20 to 30 days, I have made $10,000 in income. This is also why I'm so big on habits more than results. Because I say I want to make $1,000 a day, I want to do XYZ a day, that's fickle. I cannot control that. No one can. No one can control that more often than not. Obviously, if I invest my money into an index fund or to some kind of safe investment, I can guarantee I put $1 million in there, making 5%. I'm making my income back every single year. And that's $50,000. It's great. I can guarantee that. But in this regards, we can't guarantee what we're doing. So this is the map I use for this one. Super simple. And now the reason why it takes so many people to meet is another reason called law of conversions. Law of conversions states this. If I have 4 people that I meet, one of them will ghost me after we make an appointment together. So you can write this down for yourself. Of the 4 people I meet, law of conversions, one will ghost me. One person will come to the call and say no. One person will reschedule my call and hopefully become a client later on. Depends. And one person will say yes and be in the call and you close them. So the 4 people, you close 1. This is why the math works this way. So 25%. So you have a 10% law of averages and a 25% conversion law as well for even them showing up to talk to you. And if math works every single time, it's crazy how humans work. It's pretty spot on both regards. So this is how I use my math there. I'm going to break down how to really do this for myself. Does this make sense? This is great. Now, the same thing works for other goals. The same, my other goal is a SMART goal. Now, this is all goals in general. Let's say that my goal is to lose, I don't know, 10 pounds in 3 months. 10 pounds lost. Measurable, without doubt. Definitely measurable. Myself, get on a scale. There you go, you got your measurement. Achievable, definitely. People lose more weight than that in other ways if they're really big on that. Realistic, yep. Timely, let's say it's 3 months. So again, like I asked before, I want to find out what is my math there. Let's say we can lose half a pound every single week. So I would now know, is my goal realistic? So you adjust this. If I can lose half a pound a week, that's 2 pounds a month. That means it takes me 5 months to lose that. So now I know this is not realistic. I think I make this a 5-month goal. If I can lose half a pound a week, 2 pounds a month, 2 times 5 is 10. There we go. And then that's my new goal. It's super, super simple. What can I do every single day? Have a calorie deficit. If my normal calorie is $3,000 as a male to stay at my weight, current weight, and then I know I go to 2,200 calories and go to the gym every single day. My action, again, the action is more important. My actions, my habits are the gym and dieting. Eating healthy, eating clean, not eating fast food, not drinking coffee with sugar in it, and so forth. To lose, so this is a C, this is an L, so lose weight. And I lose a half pound a week. There we go. That's how I do my math for this one. So hopefully it makes sense to you guys. You can use this for everything though. If you have any kind of goal you want to do, just like I want to learn a language in the next 12 months, then make a goal of how many hours you're going to take to get there. If you would go to making money, same thing. If you go to buy a house, break down that goal. My goal is to make a house payment and buy a house. It's probably a lot longer than 1 year. And then also break down how much can you cut to get there faster. How can you expedite that process? If I know I spend right now, say, $1,500 a month on random stuff, and then in 12 months, I now have $18K that is saved up by cutting out that $1,500 instead, that means I have one step closer to buying a house. The house would be a FHA loan with $300,000. That's $9K plus closing costs, maybe $12 to $14K all in. So in 1 year I could save up for the house. The house I'm buying instead is like a $600,000 house. I need way more. And even for a $300K home, if I do a 20% loan, which is on average what's going to be, that's $60,000. That is a 3-year goal of mine now I have to do to get there. So we're going to break down this goal on short timelines and long timelines. More on this pretty soon. But this is how SMART goals work. And right now, after this call, go in the group, in a community, and I want you to write down what is your SMART goal and what action will you take to get there. This way, one, you're on a piece of paper, it's written down, it's a declaration to the community and the world at large. Makes you more accountable, it makes you more committed, and like I say before, 10 times more likely to achieve it. And then number 2, people in the community are really supportive. So they will support you in this endeavors and cheer you on and make sure that you stay on an account and vice versa. So this is our SMART goal. Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. Number 4, there are 3 types of goals to set. Not all goals are created equally. So, 3 types of goals that we used to have in our life. What are your guesses for the 3 types of goals we used to have? So right now, piece of paper, or for yourself in your mind, what do you think the 3 goals you should have? Do you think the 3 goals are buying a house, paying off credit cards? You think it's making a retirement fund? You think it's paying for your kids' college, retiring your parents? What do you think the 3 type of goals that we should have in our lives? And you're probably more right than you think you are. Because it's kind of a combination of a couple of things. One is the goals you should have. One is a short-term goal. We should have a short-term goal in our mind. And it will probably fall in a category, like you said, paying off debt and so forth. Short-term goals are 0 to 1 years. So less than 12 months. This could be making an emergency fund, small debts being paid off, or even vacation. Again, I think having fun is huge. Mel and I, my wife, went to the Sand Pearl in Tampa probably last year. It's been like $15K in the week. Maybe more than that actually, but still, it's been like $15,000+ in like a 5-day, 7-day trip to this place. We were also there for business too, but after the business event ended, that's what we did. And that was amazing. We still talk about that. So having experiences is worth saving for. Or having your debts paid off is worth it. Having an emergency fund, 3 to 6 months, is worth it. It gives you peace of mind. When you're not stressed about money, you can do better plays. You can make bigger risks. You can have more peace of mind and make right decisions. When having a lot of financial burden above you, you make wrong decisions. You change your mind every so often. You treat your community incorrectly because you need more money. You're in a space where you don't need anything. You can do what you want to, and making more and more every single day. So short-term goals, 0 to 1 year, emergency fund, small debts, or vacation. Number 2, this is our medium-term goals, 1 to 5 years. This is building your castle, your foundation. This is a down payment for a house, big loans, or a new car, or bigger. To buy a house, normally you gotta save up for 1 to 5 years to do that. Again, if you need help buying real estate, we're here for you. We help you in all 50 states and 24 countries. And our goal is to save you an extra 5 to 6 figures on buying or making that much more when you sell the house as well. Here for you in that regards as well. Make sure you want to book a free call with us. Do so down below to have a free call about helping you buy or sell houses and walk you through the whole process. Never too early to get started on that. And then for big loans, if you have huge taxes you haven't paid for yet, you should pay that off as fast as possible in that 1 to 5 year plan. Or buy a new car. You want a brand new Porsche, save up for it. Don't just buy it because you want it. You don't need it, you want it. So our goal is to be a part of that as well. We should save up for these kind of investments or purchases. Then long-term goal, this is the legacy. This is 5+ years. Building the legacy. Retirement plan, school funds, big investments. Big investments could be a commercial building, a complex. This costs us $5 to $10 million. It could be something as large as buying a yacht or a plane or a business. These are all big loans. Also, the reason why I have this community is so you also can work together. Later on, when we have our own fund going on, you can invest with us. You can buy bigger projects that cost $5, $10, $20, $50, $100, $200, $500 million complexes or some big nice assets that pays all of us a monthly dividend or pays all of us a huge payoff once it's completed, refinanced, or sold. This is also why having communities are so big. How can you pull your money together to work together as a team? But school funds, big investments, retirement plans for yourself, for your family, for your kids, doesn't matter. These are all large investments and it should take you 5+ years to do. Again, if it were easy, everyone would be doing it. The hardest part about making wealth is time. Right now, you're probably on the right track. You're on these calls, you're watching these classes, you're engaged. You're probably on the right track. The thing is, it just takes time. You just need more time to get them. So those are 3 types of goals you should have. Short-term, medium, and long-term goals. You have those three, you're pretty much set, and you use these goals as a SMART goal, even more guaranteed to get them. And then number 5, adjusting goals and overcoming obstacles. If need be, change the route, but never change the destination. You should take a picture of that. So if need be, change the goal or change the route, but never the destination. So again, the goal should always be the goal, but you can change how you get there. Back in my 5+ years ago, I used to think me getting my goals was to own an agency that was pretty successful. And then I realized that unless you do real estate and help people buy and sell houses and help people learn about financial literacy, that is now my route that I'm taking currently to get to my goals, my destination. You should never change the goal or destination. Just change how we get there. Because sometimes if you're looking at your GPS and your map, let's say a road is closed, I still need to go to my friend's house, or to my appointment, or to my family's place, or to my own house. I still gotta go there, but now I'm taking a detour to get them. So adjusting goals and overcoming obstacles. So number 1, review your progress weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly. So yesterday, a couple days ago actually, my wife and I do all this every Tuesday, called the Royal Council. Every single Tuesday, we sit down, we look at our finances, our budgets, our spending, our earnings, our assets, and our clients, and all other stuff as well. So all we do for Tuesday. It takes like an hour. So like after you do enough time, it's pretty quick. The first time is the hardest. So the first time you're doing this, it's like filing the paperwork, filing the accounts, getting things set up, and get things going. Again, you have our tracker that we use up above in one of the first sections. So use that. And then every single month, at the end of the month, you should do that as well, quarterly and yearly. Now the monthly, quarterly, and yearly ones are longer, especially yearly. So obviously it's a lot longer. So you want to break down and review what happened last month, last quarter, and last year, and then adjust, make new plans for the next year. By doing this, you will go so much faster, so quick. People think, how are they doing this? I ask it all the time. How do you do so much? Like, well, I have really good goals. I have a plan that I follow every single day. And at the end of the week, month, quarter, or year, you can look back like, wow, we achieved so much. This is amazing. So again, getting your finances in order and making investments, in the beginning, it feels like a loss. It's like, man, I'm doing so well, and I'm paying off my debts, and I'm buying assets, and I'm learning new skills, and I'm meeting new people, I have a mentor, and I feel like I'm going backwards. I'm not enjoying my life as much, I don't have as much nice vacations, or nice restaurants. In the beginning, it feels that way. So you think like it's like a punishment, but it's not. Instead, it is the cost to play. That is the cost of achieving our goals, is by having those, excess being taken away from us. But in 1, 3, 5, 10 years from now, you can do whatever you want to, whenever you want to, with whoever you want to do it with. That sounds amazing, right? Is that worth it? To have financial and time freedom? This is how you get them. The small steps every single day. Do we teach you how to make lots of money? Yes. Or how to save lots of money? Yes. How to buy better assets at bigger discounts? Without a doubt. But none of that matters if you don't understand this first. This is why the mindset section is number 1. Why it's so important. This is the most important section in the whole program. If I teach you how to make $100K on one flip, or how to $100K on buying a property and keeping it, that's great, but it's easy to lose all that money if I don't have this in order to. So weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly progress reports that you do of yourself, your spouse, your partners, your business people, as often as possible on a set time every single month, week, year, or quarter. And if you want to make it fun, you can. You can go meet up at a nice restaurant. A reward for yourself for doing the hard work. But this is the hard work of finances. But again, you need to be intimate with your money. And then set milestones to hit and reward along the way. So every single X amount of payoff for your credit cards, reward yourself. Now, when I say reward yourself, I don't mean go out and spend all that money on a nice restaurant, or a new suit, new car. No. If you just had a big month at your job, you got a big bonus, or you had a big month as an entrepreneur and made a lot of money, the reward could be either just have a nice restaurant, or by going for a hike or taking a day off, or buying something small that's not a close proportion to what you're paying off, or hire a new employee or staff member. For me, that is my favorite reward, is hiring new team members to work with me. I love that. It's delegation and it makes me more money. Just a 2-for-1. I save time and make more money. I love hiring employees and staff members and people on my team to help me, or a new chef, or a driver, or so forth. That is a reward, and to me, when I have rewards for myself, I try to find rewards that will pay me more as they go on. So later on, my rewards would be new assets. Oh, cool. We just made $1 million this month. Let's buy a complex. Like, that is a reward in my mind. Like, that's how I think about my life. So what can I do right now? Reward myself more, and I think rewarded afterwards. Now, at some point in time, you can't always do that. So your reward could be like going to a nice restaurant. So this also keeps you in the game longer, because our brains as humans, we are not programmed and designed to want to have huge successes. At least most of us not. Some of us are born with lots of ambition. I know I'm definitely one of those people, that I'm workaholic, but most people are not that way, and that's okay. But you can trick yourself to become more ambitious, or to achieve more things, or be more happy achieving your goals. Because we are programmed, when you use that word, to just survive. That's why you can watch TV all day long and eat Pringles and hang out with your friends and family and relax and go on drinks. Because we're just, designed as humans, as a species, just want to survive, not thrive. So this is why when you reward yourself, it tells your brain, okay, I'm doing this for a purpose. This is happening for a reason. And for those of you who hate to reward yourself, do it for that reason. And then you know, okay, if I do this, I'll make more money. If I do this, I'll save more money. If I do this, I'll achieve X quicker. My wife and I, we've had 18,000+ days, definitely hours, like 18K plus hours. And we, instead of buying crazy stuff, new cars, we went out to like Fogo de Chão. It's like a Brazilian steakhouse here in Austin. And that's like maybe, I don't know, $150. Like, we don't drink, we don't smoke, we don't do nothing. Obviously, she's gonna drink because she's pregnant, but like, we don't do anything like bad for us. So eating out at a nice place, it's just the price of the meal. And we made 18K in like an hour and spent $200 max. So that's the reward system. Again, I more value having the safety net, having new team members, having more things that give me more rewards, versus doing stuff that's in like, oh, I just made 18K, let's buy a new car, or let's buy new purses. You can reward yourself, that makes you happy and more hyped, definitely do it. Again, don't follow how I do my stuff, because your goals and priorities are different than mine. Go back to priorities. That's the number one litmus test for you. What do you value more of? Number 3, adjust your goals based on income changes or life events. Again, if you have a big month, then pay off more credit card debt. Make it happen quicker. Why wait? And then you have more credit cards, pay off the next one. And what's nice about credit cards too, for entrepreneurs watching this, is that once you have it paid off, and like, let's say next month is slow, you still have access to that money. So you didn't lose anything. So let's say you had a 100K month this month, the next month is 20K. Well, you still have 800K, well, depending on how many you had in other places, you still have money in other credit cards to float you the next month. The next month's bigger for you too. So your employee has a big bonus. Your bonus could be used for vacation, or if you're more of a savvy person, which I know you are, you want to use that bonus to pay off your debts, or for a down payment for a house. You have a bank now, because to me, a house is your bank. You can now use that equity to buy more properties. You get a whole section on that too later on in this course that breaks down everything about investing and buying, holding, flipping, the whole 9 yards, equity play downs and so forth, and tax cuts and stuff like that we all love to do. And life events happen all the time. Like for me, one time my dog Lucky, who's down below me, he had his spleen almost rupture on him. And I don't know how much that costs, but it's like $5,000 or more maybe. He had a spleen reduction. That was a few years ago. It's like we were not like super balling yet. We had some money, but like nothing crazy. Like $5,000 was a substantial amount of money for us. Enough that like, wow, this is not fun to pay out. And we love our dog, so we paid the veterinarians and they saved him, and now he's good and healthy. He's almost 12, and most people, one, it's hard to afford that. So having a emergency fund is so important for times like that. The average American doesn't have more than $1,000 in a savings account. The average American does not have more than $1,000 in savings accounts. And life is unexpected. Your tire could pop. Your windshield could crack. Your dog could get sick. Praying it doesn't happen. You could break a bone. You could fall down. Your parents could get in trouble. Your kids could get in trouble. Who knows? Something can happen. Something always happens. So having a safety net is big, like Murphy's Law. So make sure you have some kind of plan in mind and adjust it. Let's say that 5K happened for us. We spent money differently in the next couple of months. We allocated our funds. We went out to eat less often. We did other things to make sure that we can be okay, or we paid off that 5K debt that we had to, well, not debt, but got caught back up from that. So find ways to wealth for yourself. So adjust your income changes for life events, for high or lows. Number 4, seek out accountability and support. This is huge. Again, people will quit on themselves way before they quit on other people. This is also why I'm so big on responding to you guys, talking to you guys, and so forth, because you have someone in your corner helping you. You have accountability and support. But also, make friends in this group. Find other people you can talk to. Make new connections. Have more support system for you. And if you have not done so already, invite your friends, invite your partners, invite your family, your spouse, and so forth, even your kids if you want to this program. Bring them on. You can do this together. It's more accountability. And you'll now know the same stuff. This is so big. You're on the same exact page. Say, oh yeah, Jordan and Melanie taught me this. I know what you know. It's so easy now to be on the same exact page, because I should use my SMART goals. I should invest my money this way. I should not spend money on this. And now there's less fighting too. So your spouses, bring them on. And probably soon as well, we'll even have an affiliate plan. So if you bring people onto this program, it's not here yet, but you get paid a monthly affiliate every single month for bringing your friends in. So after you do 2, 3, 4 people, we're now here for free, and you're making monthly recurring income as well on top of that. So you get more incentive. And until that happens, bring them with you too, because that's just nice goodwill. And again, the top should not be lonely. Bring your friends with you. And then number 5, never stop never stop learning and investing in yourself. This is huge. Never stop learning and investing in yourself. So being here is great. And again, I'm making content for you guys like every single day. So there's never too much to learn. So be in this group, be involved, be gamifying yourself if you want to. Part of this. Buy books, watch more courses, talk to mentors, and so forth. You are the best investment. This is why people who made $1 million at one point in time and lost it all made it back quicker than last time, because those skill sets is what happened. Because in my mind, making $1 million is impressive, but what's more impressive is who to become to do that. That is more important. Who do you need to be to make your goal happen? And when I do these kind of things as well, I ask myself, for my goal to happen, it's not just financially. It's not just my actions, my habits, and my income. It's also who do I need to be to make that happen? What do I cut off and cut out to make that happen? This is more and more important than that as well. So it goes a little bit deeper than that too. And then the last one on this one is learn and understand human psychology. Again, my major in college was psychology and marketing. And I use this more than anything else I ever use. And human psychology will teach you way more about your spending habits, your routines, your obstacle overcoming, everything. How you set goals, how you complete goals, the whole 9 yards. Which is why it's so important to understand human psychology. From reading books about that, philosophy and so forth, Carl Jung, all these people are teaching you timeless principles and philosophies that are ingrained in us as a species, makes it even easier for us to get out of stuff. And make it as easy as possible. This is my favorite one of my favorite ones of human psychology. This is a cycle of our mind. This was first created by Carl Jung and been popularized since then by Alex Hormozi, if you watch him. If not, then now you're watching by me. So, cycle of our mind. Number one is uninformed optimism. So when you first do anything, from buying this program, or from finding a new partner, or joining a new class for fitness, or for dancing, or for playing an instrument, for trying new foods, everything. This goes for everything. New business ventures, new videos, new marketing strategies, new books you're reading, doesn't matter what it is. You all start off with uninformed optimism. You say, hey, so-and-so just got Jordan's program and they loved it. They're now making more money, they're happier, they're saving more money, they have more vacations, they seem so abundant now. I want to join Jordan's program too and be part of Money School. So you join. And then you go to informed pessimism, saying, oh wow, this is way more work than I thought it was. I thought he would say, buy this thing and make $1 million. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. Most people don't have the opportunity, and if you do, it's going to be short-lived. Again, I will teach you how to make more money and do stuff like that, but if you have these skills first, it's going to be really hard to maintain that and sustain that. So informed pessimism happens. This also works for dating, and for new gyms, and for new jobs, new everything. And here's a little secret. Every single graph that you see has manure. Yes, every graph that you see has manure. All of it. There's manure everywhere. Now, where you go to, you'll find it in another yard. It's only greener because of that, and because of the water too. So informed pessimism. You have a partner, like, man, I used to like this person so much, but now they're so annoying. Or now they snore when they sleep. Or now they chew with their mouth open. Or now they are losing hair. Or who knows? Whatever your pet peeves are, you will now notice that. For new jobs, I want to do tech. You're uninformed, optimistic about it. You're now doing tech, like, wow, this is a lot harder than I thought. Oh, it's so boring. Who knows? Now, an informed pessimism. And then you go to crisis of meaning, saying, oh my God, this takes so much longer than I thought it'd be. I thought I'd be rich in a week. But Jordan says it's going to take me 1 month minimum, if I'm super, super lucky and I already have skill sets, and I already have assets or money or connections, all the way up to 5 to 10 years. That's a long, long time. Big range too. But it can happen faster than you think, but also takes slower than you think too. Again, I think the happy goal is like 1 to 5 years. 1 to 5 years of learning these skill sets and doing these things, you should have a massive, massive business. If you can't wait that long, then you will have a lot of this going on pretty soon. I'll touch on pretty soon. But custom meeting happens, and what normally happens is not crashing and burning. Because you crash and burn, that pretty much means that you unalived yourself, as awful as that sounds, which normally doesn't happen. We do have a high rate of this currently, but most people, instead of crashing and burning, will then say, you know what? I have a better idea. I have a new idea. Let's actually do dancing, or let's do a new fitness class, or a new program, a new course, or a new boyfriend or girlfriend, a new spouse. Let's do something new. And then the cycle begins. We go from crisis of meaning, this is so hard, to, oh, I'm going to change my job. I'm going to change X, Y, and Z. In these first couple of weeks, months maybe, like, this is amazing. I love it. It's new. Because people, we like new stuff. We are so, so big on new things. This is why we love to have new restaurants, new cars, new things like that. Again, excuse me, think about this. The car you have right now, more often than not, when you first got it, you loved it. You drove so slow, you was safe, you was cautious. The music was down not too high, so it broke the speakers. It was so clean, you washed it all the time. Am I right? You're probably nodding your head, yeah, I love that car. And if you still have it, how do you treat it now? Do you drive fast, hit bumps hard, play loud music? Is there trash on the ground? Because we went from uninformed optimism saying, wow, I love this new car, to now being informed. I've had the car for so long, it creaks when I open the door, it's not as fast as I want, it's not as new as I want. It's a crisis of meaning, so it's buy a new car. This is a cycle of people. From credits, from debt, from people, from jobs, from cars, you name it, this is what we follow. And this is what happens normally. We go from this cycle of informed optimism, informed pessimism, crisis of meaning, and we follow this little routine over and over and over again until we never stop. And the sad thing is, when we do this, you can notice that we're not staying constant in one line. We're going to lower and lower and lower every single time because we're restarting from zero. Now, I don't understand that completely because, like, you're all restarting with new skill sets. Like, I've stopped tons of things. I used to do drop shipping, I used to do book writing, I used to do public speaking, still have to do public speaking, I guess. Some stuff I still do. A lot of stuff I do in my past stuff, I still do now that had transferred over. I'm not starting over, I'm starting with new experiences. But here's this kicker. I could have been highly successful in all of them. From my agency, from the restaurant I used to own, my restaurant I used to own back when I was 20, from everything, but it stuck it out. Now in the beginning, I do think if you're young, in your 20s, you should try everything. Try everything, see what you like, and find something that you can be okay with informed pessimism and crisis of meaning for long enough that you love doing it. And then after a while, here's the next page, but this is the cycle we go through all the time. It's also why it's so important though to focus on one thing at a time to have the success that you want. But once you do it, you go from crisis of meaning to informed optimism. This pretty much means that I now know that there's manure in this grass, and I'm okay with that. I now know for me to become super successful, I have to do one course of action until it's successful and not get distracted and take my time doing that. Once you know that, it's so much easier. The problem is a lot of people say, get rich in 30 days. So you think, okay, great, 30 days, doesn't happen, and there's no time for informed optimism. But I say, get wealthy and rich in 1 to 3 years or less. Okay, I can now know my timeline. I'm now informed. If I stay the course, it will happen. This is why Warren Buffett and Charles Munger and all these people aren't pitching, buy Bitcoin and get rich in 20 days, because they know that doesn't normally happen, and this is more important. Following advice that actually works, like this. And once you have informed optimism, you say, okay, great. If I spend less money, invest more money, make more money, I can now live more, buy more assets, have more passive income, and eventually I will have my financial and time freedom that gives me everything that I want in my life and so much more. That's the goal. Again, if it were easy, everyone would do it. And why most people are in this vicious cycle forever, going lower and lower and lower and lower. And then once you finally actually stick to it, it flip-flops, you can skyrocket. Because now you're like, okay, I have all these new skills I've learned from trying so many things. Now I can do crisis of meaning, get past this stage, and form optimism, and have huge achievement. So a quick summary of what we just covered today is, why should we make goals? Identifying financial priorities, the power of SMART goals, the 3 types of goals to set, and adjusting goals and overcoming obstacles. These are the 5 things we covered. Again, if you understand this, especially our last point about human psychology, you will be as successful as you want to be. If your goal is to make 6 figures, 7, 8, 9, or even 10 figures, you can do it. The time is on your side more often than not. All you need is to know these principles, have the right connections, make the right plays, and stay the course, not give up. And then, if you have any questions, as always, we do a weekly mastermind as of now for everybody in our program. Later on, it may just be for those in our other paid program instead. But you can still ask questions, and we'll answer for them as well. There won't be a back and forth live. But on top of that, you can also ask questions in the group. So in the group right now, ask a question you have. You want to know how to buy a house? Let me know. You want to know how to pay off your credit cards quicker, and you're making a plan for that? Let me know. How to talk them down to make you less payments, or how to 0% APR again, or how to get a new job, or how to, you name it. If you have goals that regards entrepreneurship, financial literacy, saving, budgeting, pretty much anything money related to some degree, we can help you. And then this goal goes so well with what we talked about today. This is Tony Robbins. You probably know who he is. The most important thing you can do to achieve your goals is to make sure that as soon as you set them, you immediately begin to create momentum. Immediately begin to create that momentum. So write out your goal. That is momentum. Taking one action today after this is more momentum. If you ask a question in the group, momentum. If you upgrade to our paid program, momentum. All these things stack up. And momentum works in 2 ways. Either one, it's going backwards momentum, which you don't want. That is happening. You want to make positive momentum as quickly as possible. Because there is negative momentum and positive momentum. And if we let this go down too far, it's less and less. Now for positive momentum, same thing. If I'm waking up early, I'm setting my goals, I'm looking at my plans, I'm doing my actions, it's going to compound on itself so much so that it's going to be huge. So the most important thing you can do to achieve your goals is to make sure that as soon as you set them, then you immediately begin to create momentum as fast as possible, likes Like life depends on it, because it does. And as always, thank you so much for being here. I believe in you. Here's to freedom, and we'll see you at the top. You got this. You're more than enough right now in this very moment. Now when you have more money, now when you have more credit cards paid off, or more debt paid off, or more accolades, and more assets, you're more than enough right now in this very moment. You don't need anyone's approval to tell you that, not even mine. So right now, you're ready for this. Keep going. You got this. Do the hard work now. I can guarantee you and promise you, if you don't give up, it'll pay off a million times over. See y'all soon.